Good morning and welcome to CA Channels TV Breakfast Show. My name is Toke Bravo. Our breakfast show commences in the morning like this, and we take you through the lucky stories that makes it to the daily headlines. There are a lot of stories, like I usually say, that has never been lucky or was not lucky to find their way to the front page of the newspapers. But before we go into the newspaper, there are stories that have been making rounds since yesterday evening. Some have been talking about it on the internet. The social media space is on fire because of some of these issues, and which is Nigerian getting food from Ukraine. The Labour Party presidential candidate, the man Mr. Obi, actually said that it's pathetic for Nigeria to get food from a country that is undergoing war. It's so pathetic, like he said, that how can Nigeria get food from a country that is in war, that is presently in war? And a lot of people have raised brows to that statement. A lot of people are saying it is indeed pathetic that how can Nigeria expect help from a country that is in war? That is to show that that country is always prepared. That country have surplus. That country have more than enough for rainy days. What happened to the Nigerian politicians, the administration of Nigerian government, if they cannot plan for days like this? And someone said again, I saw the comment, it said, it is not the fault of Ukraine that Nigeria has induced war upon themselves, and the country which is still undergoing war has to bail them out. And this is a serious case. It's a serious comment, as a lot of politicians, even someone from the cabinet of the president, Tinubu, already said that no big deal accepting food from Ukraine. He said no big deal accepting food from Ukraine, that a lot of countries help each other out in terms like this, that even the Egypt, that the president of the Labour, presidential candidate of the Labour Party praised, they were once bailed out by the same Ukraine. They got food from them once at a time. And then what is the big deal if Nigeria also gets grains from these people, if these people are helping us out? But the truth is that everybody has their own opinion about one topic or one political issues or whatever that is happening in the country. We cannot all have the same opinion. That is my take on that. But let's check it out from this angle. Even though we are not in a battlefield, we are not at war front, we are not going through the war that concerns missiles, that concerns armed fire, that concerns a lot of wreck. But the truth is that we are undergoing a war, a silent war that insecurity has brought to our farmers. You should know that a lot of farmers have stopped going to their farms because of from Fulani herdsmen to bandits to kidnapping issues, a lot of things like that, a lot of insecurity issues that have forced people out of their livelihood, especially farming, and this has drastically affected our food supply. It has drastically affected our food supply. A lot is happening right here. No big deal accepting grain from Ukraine that is coming from the federal government, that if we get food from Ukraine, it's no big deal. So if Ukraine is undergoing one war, we also are undergoing a silent war. It's no longer even silent, because a lot of people have felt the heat. Some people are still feeling the heat. Some people are still complaining about bandits attacking their farmlands, bandits attacking their livelihood, taking all sorts away from them. And this is not funny at all. I believe the government would put in more effort. I don't want to say they are not trying, because we have seen the effort of government concerning food, trying to make sure that people who are ordering food are brought to book and dealt with. So on that part, the government is trying, but we cannot say that they shouldn't do more. It was on the news sometimes ago that over 2,300 and something hectares of land was under irrigation for farming, and the government is doing their bit to make sure that they supply grains for farming, hoping that in few time when we start having rain and the farmers are back to work, are back to do what they should do, what they are supposed to be doing, without fear of anyone coming to kidnap them on their farmlands, without the fear of how are we going to do this, how do we cope. I believe that things will come back to normal. Do not forget, this is CA Channels 416 on Moplex Cable TV, and I am Toke Bravo. The program you're listening to and watching right now is The Breakfast Show on CA Channels 416 on Moplex. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the stories. Welcome back. It's still the CA Channels TV Breakfast Show, and once again I am Toke. Yes, like I was saying earlier, I said that food crisis is not limited to the government alone. A lot of things is ongoing and we are aware of it. It's in the news this morning that Nigerian Customs Service said they have intercepted 121 trucks trying to smuggle food out of Nigeria to neighboring countries like Benin Republic, Cameroon, Nigeria, and some other country like that. Niger, one of those countries too. They are actually trying to take the food that we are struggling to have here outside the country. EFCC has intercepted 21 trucks from Kaduna and the rest of them, making it 141 trucks that has been intercepted recently. So if we are good citizens, if we want the government to succeed, because this thing is not a thing of one person, if the government is trying on their own path and the citizens are not ready to comply, it won't augur well. The system will always suffer hiccups. As the government is trying, the citizens on their side is pulling it down. I am not accusing all citizens, as we have a lot of good, patriotic citizens of Nigeria. But what do we have to do about these smugglers? We are going through our own core time of hardship. What we should do as citizens is come together, reason on how we can help each other. If you are at your market space, please do not inflate the price unnecessarily, because at the end of the day, you are not dealing with the government. You are dealing with citizens like yourself, people that will come and buy directly from you. These people in power, they already have supply. Some of them will not even buy. They have loyalists that will bring it to their doorstep that, oh, take, we are giving you, to create alliance, to create relationship and otherwise. So if you are in the market space and you want to inflate the price just to make an abnormal profit, you are being wicked to your fellow Nigerians. So we have to take this into consideration. We have to take it into consideration. Another news that really shocked me this morning. You know, there was a time we were all laughing, we were all jumping that thank God oh, hey, UAE has uplift ban, oh, Nigeria cannot get Dubai visa, oh, we cannot travel. To shock us, UAE has not uplift the ban on visas for Nigeria. The ban is still there. So why is this ban there? Why are they not uplifting the ban? It just boils down to what happened yesterday, and a lot of people are complaining that the president shouldn't have uttered a word or say something concerning Nigerians taking bribe from Qatari investors. But the truth is that we are who we are. One of the reasons that led to UAE giving us this ban is because of the attitude of Nigerians in the country. The attitude of Nigerians in UAE. If, after all, there are a lot of other countries there that are also living and doing their businesses in that country. UAE has not lifted visa ban on Nigeria, says presidency. Reports were indicating that the ban had been lifted, but the special advisor on information and strategy to the president, Bayo Ononuga, has refuted the claims which were credited to him. This is serious. This is very, 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 very serious. Reports were indicating that the ban had been lifted, but the special advisor on information and strategy to the president, Bayo Ononuga, who the report was attributed to, has clarified that the ban is yet to be lifted. UAE has not resumed visa issuance to Nigerians. The document in circulation is not authorized either by the Nigerian government or the UAE. Ononuga posted on his X handle on Tuesday evening. The information person for the president is actually putting this out. Special advisor on information. He said the circulation came at that time and that was not true. That people can actually go for visa, to get visa, UAE visa, that it has not been uplifted, that the ban has not been lifted, rather. So you see, when they say check regulate the social media, let's do this, let's do that, a lot of people will yell, a lot of people will talk. But the truth is that you already know that you can only filter what you see and what you want to accept on the social media. As a lot that happens, at the end of the day, might not be true. Okay, that's that on the UAE visa. For you to know, for those that do business there, they said the ban has not been lifted. What should we do if the ban has not been lifted? Other than to be better Nigerians and to uplift the prestigious name of Nigeria wherever you are. Be good. Be a law-abiding citizens wherever you are. The kind of joy you have at home as citizens and you want to play around your laws, you won't do that in another man's country. They will not even accept it. They will not accept it. If you are watching from Facebook, from YouTube, of a station, please kindly leave a message concerning all this topic. Your opinions, what you feel the government should do, what you feel the government is not doing right, or what you think Nigerians should do. Like in the case of this food smuggling, I can't actually understand why some people will have the heart to still smuggle food. As in, the food we have here is not enough. People are complaining. But I want to ask the question, is it that food are not enough for the people? As in, food in circulation is not enough, or people do not actually have the money to buy the food? Because the Nigerian Customs Service tried to sell out on the president's instruction all the food that were seized in Lagos. You know how many people lost their life due to stampede? That about 7 people lost their lives, and they stopped it. Now they are going to start again because of all this food that was intercepted by trucks trying to take them out of the country. They said they are going to take it to the places, the states where these trucks were arrested. They will go to the markets of that state, different markets in that state. So if a truck was actually intercepted at the border of Kaduna, every food that was intercepted there will be sold in Kaduna markets, different markets in Kaduna, so that people can actually buy for a lesser price. And I think this is a welcome idea. At least it will help the price of food that is skyrocketing to just come down to normal price. And I believe that Nigerians also, we are good people, we have good hearts, and we'll do the right thing. I believe that with this effort of the government trying to put things together, things will come back to normal. Like I said earlier, you can only make it better. You can only make Nigeria a better place for everyone to live in your little space, in your own little office, that market that you sell, that office you hold, you call market. Please use it judiciously. Do not antagonize your fellow citizens because you want to make an abnormal profit. It's not fair. And whatever you are doing, for those that are trying to smuggle foods, remember that a lot of people are dying on a daily because they cannot eat, because there is no food. Maybe because they do not have money to feed. What can you do to make the situation better? A lot of people would want to sponsor programs as Ramadan is coming. Please, let's help to give out more food and salvage the situation. That's what we can do to help ourselves as citizens. We'll go on another quick break. When we come back, we are going straight to the paper review segment. I am still here. The channel is still on. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It's still the CH Channel's TV Breakfast Show. I am Toke Bravo, and right now we are going through the papers that makes it to the front page of the newspaper. I have The Nation here with me. My director, please take note. The Nation. Our economy is not in distress, says Tinubu. How true is this? Because what we see is that if there is any other word apart from distress, if there is any other word that can be worse than distress, I think we as citizens believe we are in distress. But if we want to get the total story, you want to know what our president is actually trying to portray here, please go get your Nation newspaper and read that story. 72,000 tractors needed to enhance food security. That is coming from one of the ministers. 72,000 tractors needed to enhance food security. Binance edits Nigeria over forex crisis. Binance edits Nigeria over currency crisis. As you know, that Binance and the federal government has been at loggerhead trying to tell them to pay some money. They are insisting on not paying. So if you are not going to do that, what are you going? The Binance system is affecting Naira and it's crashing our Naira. One of the major reasons why the dollar is rising against the Naira on a daily is Binance. If you want to get the total story, it's on the Nation newspaper. Congrats to Tinubu. That's the banner headline now. Congrats to Tinubu, the visioner, Sanwo-Olu, the actualizer. That's tough. In 2025, Ondo will understand. 2025 will understudy Sanwo-Olu. In 2025, Ondo will understudy Sanwo-Olu. That statement is coming from Jimo Ibrahim. And now we move to the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. My OD, please take note. Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Binance ends Naira service after government crackdown. They end Naira service. So Binance cryptocurrency, they will not deal with the Naira anymore after government cracks down. Power outage delays plenary at Senate. This is funny. Power outage delays plenary at Senate. This is something that the whole nation are supposed to raise their brows at, because since the inception of this administration, there has been the fall of the grid, grid fall, the grid collapse, the collapse of the grid, this and that. It falls out to 0%, it falls out to whatever. The grid always collapses. And this case is not about the grid. They said there was outage of power and they couldn't use their generator. Maybe now if they feel the heat, people at the Senate House, when they feel the heat and know what the poor man on the street, a common man on the street faces when there is no power, maybe they will deal with power issues properly this time. And I really do not know what the power minister, the minister of power is doing. I don't really know, because this administration actually is the worst of administration when it comes to the record of power. I think we enjoyed power, electricity during Buhari regime, more than what we are having now. A lot of people are complaining, and it's always in the news how the grid collapse here and there. So I think the Minister of Power should buckle up and do more. Army has no desire to truncate democracy. That's coming from the COAS. The army has no desire to truncate democracy. That means they don't have the plan to cut democracy short. They don't have the plan to hijack power. They love what democracy is giving to Nigeria. Therefore, if that is coming from there, we also should cherish democracy. Do you cherish democracy as a Nigerian? Do you believe in democracy? Some people believe that the system is slow, like Adeshino, the former aide to President, the ex-president Buhari said. He said there was a time that the president told them, that's the ex-president Buhari, that democracy is too slow for him. Everybody knew. He said that when he was a military man, he can just, at the snap of his fingers, get things done. But democracy, you see a criminal, you look at that criminal and you wait for evidence to nab such a criminal. But you already know, it's all over, that this person is a criminal. But the truth is that democracy gives us the grace to air our voice. Democracy gives us the privilege to speak out our mind. We can actually be in dialogue with our government. Every other regime you can't get that. You can't get that in the military regime. You can go ask people who were alive during Abacha's regime in the 90s and some other regimes, some other military regimes. Go and ask people what they had to go through. Then you would believe and you would appreciate what these military personnel are saying here, that army has no desire to truncate democracy. I think they've got an accolade for that. And on the banner headline on Nigerian Tribune, why Africa is poor despite 96.5 trillion naira dollars natural wealth. This is coming from AFDB President Adeshino. African Development Bank President Adeshino. Why Africa is poor despite 96.5 trillion $5 trillion natural wealth. If we are this wealthy, if we have all that it takes, if God has blessed us so much, why do we have a lot of troubles? Why do we have a lot of people crying for food? Why do we have a lot of people that wants to commit suicide because they cannot bear to be hungry? Tinubu must not jettison restructuring. Tinubu must not jettison restructuring. If you want to read that story, if you get your Nigerian Tribune newspaper, that story is coming from there. Tinubu must not jettison restructuring. That's coming from Afenifere. EFCC arrests 121 food-laden trucks bound for Chad, Cameroon, and others. You find that on the Nigerian Tribune. Osun Judiciary provides response from South strike. And another story here, Nigeria must recruit selfless transformational leaders. That is coming from the ex-president Obasanjo. Nigeria must recruit selfless transformational leaders. But the truth is that which leader has ever come forth to declare themselves not selfless? They will always say good things about them, and we only have choice to vote. You vote according to your opinion, you vote according to your choice. Whatever you choose is what you get. No one would know the one that would change or that would do good. We just try to choose one, and we only hope that they live up to their word and integrity. Although Gilbert, PDP may adopt zoning. That's on the Nigerian Tribune, and we'll move to the Guardian newspaper. before the last paper for today, Guardian newspaper, consumers switch to used gadgets as FX crisis worsens tech adoption. Consumers switch to use gadgets as FX crisis worsens tech adoption. Alleged dollar bribe. Court stoops Ganduje's probe. Alleged dollar bribe. Court stops Ganduje probe. Please, sorry for that. More food truck seized at borders as IMF seeks end to hardship. Federal government maintain UAE visa ban on Nigerian subsist. Sharia Council urges federal government to end hunger and insecurity. You find that story on the Punch newspaper. And lastly, today on the newspaper review, we have federal government intercepts 141 grain trucks. Drivers threaten strike over attacks. On this banner headline, some tanker drivers, some truck drivers are already complaining that hoodlums attacks them, they will attack them and then break their trucks, get food from the trucks. This is unfair. This is unfair. This equates stealing. It equates criminality. If you need food, I've always said that on this program, if you need food, maybe the palliative that was given by the federal government to your governor and from your governor to your local government could still be lying somewhere in their office. You can go to your chairman, tell your chairman, you are my grassroots chairman. I am here. I live at so street. I am here. I do not have all my family we eat. And I remember that there was palliative of food that was shared to every local government. I've not gotten mine. I am here to get mine. No chairman will hear that, or you just simply say, I am hungry, I need food, and you will be sorted out. Instead of trying to bring down people's business, those trucks that you attack, do you know if this truck the food in them have been paid for, and they are taking it to their own customers for resale? When you break into this truck and you cut away with people's food, what do you call that? That's stealing. That's stealing, and it is a very grave criminal offense, especially when you have to destroy somebody's vehicle to do it. And the other stories that made it to the front page of Punch, we have rep ministers over post grill ministers over port concession on Tuesday. Yes, and we have suspect killer of Ekiti monarchs remanded. They didn't release them. 767 manufacturers shut down in 2023. That is coming from Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. And that is all on the paper review segment this morning. I am Toke Bravo. I'll see you again, same time, same station tomorrow. Please drop a message on YouTube or our Facebook page, wherever you're watching from. I'll be glad to read from your messages. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on this station tomorrow. Bye-bye.